welcome back to my channel. I'm Sophie from thischicpinkflamingo.com, and today I'm doing a college video. And I usually get a lot of requests on my YouTube channel to do more college videos because my dorm tour got a couple thousand views, and there's a lot of people who are going to Kent who want college related videos. So I have 10 things that I learned in college this year. It's kind of just general, not too out of the ordinary. It's just my personal experience with my first year of college, what I was surprised about, and everything like that. So yeah, let's just get into the video. So going into college, I knew I was going to be really good friends with Cameron, my suite mate, but two of my other friends, I wasn't, like, when I went into college and I had first met them, I was like, okay, like, they'll probably be around, but I won't be friends with them. But the four of us, we ended up being super good friends. I was not expecting to be, like, as good as friends as I am with them, but we became really good friends. The second thing that I learned in college is that shit is expensive, and you hear it all the time. People are like, oh my god, college is so expensive, like this is expensive, this is expensive. Yeah, I really didn't grasp the concept of how expensive things were until I got there. And like, you have to buy textbooks, and next thing you know, you're like, your bank account's drained, you're going out to eat all the time, you need this from Target, you need this from Walmart, you need to go get this, this, and this, and this. And yeah, my first month of college, I had quite a bit in my bank account, and I didn't have a job. I was kind of just like living off that for a while, and like, I had planned to get a job, but I was kind of like, I'll just wait until I can have my car on campus next semester. And then it just got to the point where I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I need a job, I need money, I need income coming in. So I ended up getting a job because things are just really expensive in college. This is kind of a cliche. I think this whole video is kind of like cliche and like what you hear, but like, hear me out, okay? Getting involved in things on campus is seriously the best thing you can do. Which I know some people won't agree with me because maybe they're not like involved in an activity or that kind of thing, but I'm a part of the club Modista, and now I'm on the board of Modista, which is really exciting for this upcoming year. But I joined several clubs, very dumb freshman rookie mistake. Don't just like go to the first meeting and then automatically pay your dues and be like, yes, I'm joining this club, because that was very idiotic of me, because I joined multiple clubs, I paid my dues to multiple clubs, but I maybe went to one or two meetings of some of the other clubs. Modista was the only one that I like truly was like, I know I'm gonna love this club, and paid my dues immediately, signed up for trips with them and everything like that. And yeah, it was a very good decision because I got super involved in Modista, and then I ended up being on the board for this upcoming year. And yeah, I think that being involved in that sort of way kind of expands your horizons of who you're with. And I mean, depending on what kind of club you join, I joined a fashion club, so obviously I'm still within my major, but sometimes you can meet people outside of your major and things like that. The next one is that doing everything always seems to be impossible until it's done, because my second semester, guys, I tell you what, I loaded every minute, every second of my schedule, hardly had free time, really thought, this is impossible, I will not be able to do this, and then I did it, and I said, oh, I did good. Like, for example, I was taking 15 credit hours. I wasn't in too hard of classes, had some online classes, which online classes, if anything, are just time consuming. At this point, I wouldn't recommend them, but I took them last semester, made a huge mistake, took a bunch, and they were very time consuming. And then on top of that, I was, you know, I had 2 classes with labs. I was taking a very time-consuming fashion course. I mean, seriously, like the last project took me over 8 hours to do. It was insane. And also, I was working, like, I mean, I'm a part-time sales associate, but like, I was working 30 to 35. One week I worked 38 hours. I was working a lot of hours. I was working a bunch. School was very, very busy. I was shadowing a board member of Modista, so I had meetings to go to, events to go to, things like that. And then on top of that, I'm trying to maintain a social life. I lived next door to my friend Cameron, so it's like we always hung out. But I had other friends that it was like, hey, you want to meet up? You want to meet up? You want to go get coffee? And I was like, yes, I do. And then next thing you know, I'm like very behind on everything. And it was trying to get Instagram photos up, slacking on my blog, everything else. I was busy. Like, I was so busy. And I feel like I got very stressed out multiple times. I do it all over again though, because at the end of the day, I finished the semester off with above a 3.5 GPA. I was on the dean's list. I made a ton of money. The only thing I kind of had to put on the back burner was my blog. It really all seemed impossible to like balance until I finished the semester and I moved home and I said, okay, so I will be taking 18 credit hours next spring. But, you know, time management, being a gal, like, we've got this. It was impossible, but I did it. Another one is that, especially because I grew up in a small town, you know, so it was very neat going to college, especially being in the fashion program. I have to add that in. It's just so amazing to see so many different kinds of people and so many styles. I think that was one of my favorite things of college is, you know, the first day I like sat down and was in this big lecture hall with pretty much, I think it was all of the freshman fashion students, and you can just see so many different types of people and so many different styles. Like, it's seriously inspiring going to school with a bunch of other people who are into fashion and like seeing how they style things, or like, you know, seeing different trends and seeing their take on trends. It's just very interesting, and that's something I learned in college, is like how different people actually are when you aren't in a small town anymore. The next one is very much me. Starbucks became a necessity. Like, I had to have Starbucks. It doesn't matter. Like, I needed to have my Starbucks. I was running late. I was still getting Starbucks. I don't care. Like, simply could not go without Starbucks. I would leave extra early for work so that I could stop and get Starbucks, even though I had no business, because I was already on a tight schedule, and I would like, nope, gotta get up from doing homework and go to Starbucks like before I go to work. It was that kind of thing. But again, with being busy, I just really needed coffee, so venti iced Americanos with 4 shots of espresso really just did it for me. Something that very, very, very much surprised me about college was that I actually enjoyed getting ready every day. I had this pre-assumption before I went to school that I would end up, you know, wearing crew necks and leggings every day. Like, I bought sweatshirts, I bought ball caps, which, catch me in a hat, like, that's not a beret or a cabbie hat. No, sister. Like, I don't wear ball caps, and I really thought in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll probably end up not wearing makeup every day. I won't do my hair. So far wrong. Like, I seriously dressed up almost every day, and when I wasn't like feeling the best, I still dressed up, did my makeup, probably didn't do my hair, probably threw it in a cute hat or something. But I really thought, because I always just had this pre-assumption that I would be like everyone else and I would not get ready and not look cute every day, but I did. The next one is that dining hall food sucks. And before I went to Kent, I had heard that we had like the best dining facilities and the food was amazing. And then I got there and I said, now this simply cannot be good. So if you're going to be starting at Kent this year, I don't know the deal with the meal plan. I don't know how the food will be, but you do get takeout boxes, or we did get takeout boxes this past year, so that's something to consider. No shade, no tea on Kent, but the dining halls just weren't amazing. They weren't my thing. I know some people liked them. I was not one of them. I hardly ate at them. So my second semester, I did eat there, but it was never for lunch or dinner. It was always Tuesdays after class with my friend Taya, we'd go and we'd get breakfast before we went on to our next class. So I did like the breakfast, but lunch and dinner wasn't my thing. I hardly had time for it. Again, I was very busy between like school and working and everything like that, so I ended up eating a lot, which I will roll into my main meal for the next one. So the next thing I learned in college is that popcorn meals are a thing. Who would have guessed people eat a bag of popcorn as a meal? I didn't think that would be me. I heard people ate ramen noodles. Like, even when I would go to my job, I would literally pack like bags of popcorn and eat that as a meal, and like most of the time I would add things to it, especially if I was going to work. I would add like meat or cheese. Again, had to grocery shop because the dining hall food was not good. But yeah, popcorn meals were a thing. The last one's kind of cheesy, but seriously, real life. My first year of college, I learned to be so comfortable with who I was. I definitely was in high school just very insecure and not sure of myself. But in college, I think that definitely changed 100%. I'm so confident in who I am. Like, I am unapologetically me. I'm just my own person, and that is something that definitely developed in college. I just became me, and I'm very happy about it. And yeah, so anyways, those are some things that I learned in college. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm sure some of you next year going to college, or people who are in college can relate to this. The people who are going to college, I'm sure you will kind of understand and learn the same things that I did my first year. And that is all for the video. I will see you guys next time. I have a few other videos in mind, so I will not be taking such a long absence for my YouTube, hopefully. So see you next time.